Reusse Unchained on a Friday here, presented by Josh Arnold, investment consultant, Mr. Money Talk. All right, we've waited several weeks between games 2 and games 3. Game 3 is here. We literally have waited several weeks between home playoff games. So
yes, that's true. Dear Wolves, that's my notice. Is Dear Wolves? Did you see what happened last night in the NBA? Let's not get over our skis here, fellas. Let's not take anything for granted. As I say, we always know what's going to happen in sports unless it doesn't. And last night, I heard a discussion on another station about late yesterday afternoon about how the one non-competitive series going on now is Boston and Cleveland. And then Cleveland goes in and beats them bloody last night. And Mitchell gets 100, and it was a blowout. And then of course Dallas goes in and beats Oklahoma City, who I was bragging up yesterday. So there's we're all expecting victory tonight, but the other team's going to show up tonight, and we'll see how it goes.
The Boston thing is weird. They've been, by every measurement, the best team in the NBA all season. But we've seen, going back to different playoff stretches. I mean, remember they were up 3-0 last year on the Heat, and they allowed it to get to a game 7. They have like weird brain farts, Boston.
Yeah. And this year, even in the regular season, as they're rolling to this fantastic record, there were some nights when they played everybody, and all of a sudden they just got beat by 20 by somebody who's some mediocre team. They had the weird losses, which the NBA. I don't know, for some reason we always expect that to follow form more than anything else, right?
Yeah.
It has in the past, because you got teams that win 60 and teams that lose 60. But when there's an upset, we should enjoy it instead of saying, "How did that happen?" For goodness sakes. So anyway, it's what do we think? Almost 9 before they tip off tonight.
Oh, yeah. It'll for sure be. It will not be 8:30 as advertised. So 8:40 is probably
8:52. It's always off the 8:50. Now it's got 8:52.
Yeah.
What about if we do not get rain and it does stay warm, and the sun is out, and the people are downtown? There's 40,000 people downtown, even though only 18 of them are going to go to the game. That could be a pretty rowdy mob tonight, I would think, huh? Full of whiskey.
Oh yeah.
Full of those $14 beers. Ooh, could be a pretty rowdy mob. That's pretty good.
Yeah. And do you expect a Denver counterpunch? Like, do you have a feeling for what's going to happen tonight?
Boy, I want to watch the first quarter and see what the whistles are like. I really think that's. Are they going to let the Timberwolves play the fantastic defense that they played in game 2? Are they going to allow that?
I saw Tony Brothers will be in the building, according to a tweet I got.
Oh yeah, Tony. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Tony, yeah, and Tony. You know what? I can guarantee you, if Mike Malone comes out and gets in his face and starts screaming with Tony, he not only get 1 technical, he getting 2 and thrown out of the building. So Tony would not take that abuse. Tony likes to call technicals, and so I guess I don't have a problem with him. But it's like he and Scott Foster are their guys now, right? They're the 2 senior officials that they always bring in, and Tony's. I don't know. Tony's not the world's greatest official, but it'll be interesting how he decides to call the game. That's for sure.
Yeah. Another interesting dynamic is just like both teams have sat here for 4 days thinking about everything. Mm-hmm. I think for Denver, it's an advantage because you get to just take a break for a while and study some film and soak in it. But are the Wolves going to have heard everyone's praises and Anthony Edwards?
Yes.
And I mean, it's been 4 days of basically crowning the Wolves.
Yes.
Are they going to feel a little too full of themselves tonight? Is another story.
I guess that's what I was trying to say when we started here, because if I was getting them ready here this afternoon or whenever we have our sit down late in the afternoon, I'd I'd show them 5 minutes of the Cavs kicking the hell out of the Celtics and say, "Come on, boys, we gotta. You know how you played one of the greatest games in franchise history in Game 2. You got to get close to that again tonight to make sure if you break their spirit early, but it'll be. I know one thing. We won't get through the first quarter without a rocking chant of "refs suck, refs suck," or something.
Jamal Murray's going to get absolutely bombarded.
God, it'll be worse.
Heat pad. I can see that chant happening.
He's going to get it worse than Booker did. They're much worse than Booker. There's He so I watched his entire 2-minute interview. He was very classy in that interview.
Does anyone have any basketball questions?
Yes,
well,
anybody have any basketball questions?
You didn't do a whole lot on the court for us to warrant asking you basketball questions.
Did no one prep him for that though? Like a PR person should have said, "Jamal, here's what's going to happen. Here's the response. Hey, I shouldn't have done it."
I'm sure they told him, and he's an adult.
He doesn't listen. Well, then he's stupid.
They do what they do. They do what they do. And I had no idea though that I guess I watched that team a lot, but you always watch Jokic, and then he throws it out to either Murray or Porter, and one of them makes a 3-pointer, and so you don't really. I never really saw him as a punk like this. I didn't know he was that kind of guy, but. And anyway, he's gonna get it. He's gonna get it something fierce. That's the one thing about the NBA playoffs, man. They're dangerous because the crowd's right on top of people.
Yeah, good point.
And it gets so emotional and so flamed up that it gets ugly in there. And thank God we don't have Pat Bev though, right? To stir things up even more. What an idiot. God,
he did apologize on his podcast for his behavior toward the fans. So he felt enough guilt, I guess, to take to his podcast.
I hated that guy when he was here. He got all the pub I was at. He was a fraud. Let him leave. He's standing there. He'd get those open shots in the corner. You know why you're getting those open shots, Bev? Because they don't think you're going to make them. The other team, and you rarely did. I can't stand that guy.
Where does I mean? They basically swapped the Pat Bev pest role with younger, more spry, more efficient Nickell Alexander-Walker. Where does Nickell Alexander-Walker rank among guys who came kind of out of nowhere to be incredible pieces on Minnesota sports teams?
I was trying to remember that. That's the nobody who became a star for this team, and there haven't been many. There's been a lot of somebodies who became nothing, but there's not.
In this town, or for the Wolves in particular?
No, for the Wolves in particular. I was trying to think of another case of this guy. I mean, it's phenomenal, and I saw people out there a couple of days ago campaigning for the nickname, and you already got it from
Non-order.
Non-order.
Oh, someone put together a whole reel, Pat. It's fantastic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, someone did the whole intro, like a minute and a half thing. It's we both retweeted it. I retweeted it last night. It's incredible.
I'll look at it. So, I've been a little unfocused here the last 2-3 days, even more so than that, because of pool hijinks here as we're trying to get this thing.
What's the update now? Where are we at with?
Somebody showed up this morning and they started running water in it because it was only half full because they had stuff to do, and now somebody showed up and turned on the water again. You should see how much that hose is going to have to run for 2 days to fill this.
So Reusse, who's left? Who's important enough to do this for at this point? The grandkids are grown, right?
I'm doing it for me. I like to go out there in the morning and have it heated up and kick my legs for 15 minutes.
It's the morning soak to start the day.
Have you ever heard of a small pool, like a little sauna for yourself?
When it gets warmer in the summer, I go out and wash my hair and swim around a little bit.
Oh, you live off the land?
Kick my legs, huh?
You live off the land. You're a 1960s hippie. You're granola. We didn't know this about you.
Right. That's right. Well, you can't get any cleaner than being in chlorine, for goodness sakes.
I was going to ask, is it saltwater pool or chlorine pool these days?
Chlorine, man, chlorine. It takes that skin right off you. It's great, man. It's fantastic.
I always wonder why there was a faint scent of aquatic center whenever Pat walked by in the hallway.
Yes, in the summer, yeah. In the winter, you just sit there and look at it. But I don't know. It would be nice if we could get back in that thing here pretty soon. So, yeah, anyway. Everybody, who's going tonight? I think I'm just going to watch.
Judd and I are going to be. We'll be doing cheap plug. We will be doing a live Flagrant Howls post game show from courtside right after the game is over tonight on the SKOR North YouTube channel. So check it out, folks.
I might go to one of the bars here around town, and not downtown though. I think I might go over to one of the other ones over here and watch it there for at least a half, and then come home and watch it in peace. So. Yeah, it's what have we got? Like 8-10 watch parties being advertised. And
so I have seen now 15 watch parties being advertised. 11 that the Wolves are partnering on with all the different bars downtown, and then I've seen 2 different breweries. Park Tavern in St. Louis Park, I believe, is continuing doing watch parties.
There you go.
I saw another one in St. Paul. So there's at least 15 that we know about.
Park Tavern, you can get yourself a damn good burger too if you go to that one. So that's a good one to go to. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I was out. So I think it was last weekend. I went to Park Tavern, and it was the whole back bar and then the tent area outside were all just packed with Wolves fans. It was awesome.
Oh wow, that's the thing. Hey, speaking of amazing sporting events in town. How about getting 8 runs off Logan Gilbert, for goodness sakes, the best pitcher in the league. They got a little, every bouncing ball went through the hole for them, and they got a little lucky. But as Declan, that backstabber, pointed out, when that stiff Margot came up with the bases loaded, I said, and I thought what was a conversational tone, but the windows were closed. I said, maybe this guy can get hit with a pitch with the bases loaded. And then he hit the ball down the third baseline and scored 3 runs equaled his season RBI total at that point, right? And then he drove in 2 more.
Declan outed you, huh?
I did. Yeah, and then I got a stern talking to from Uncle Pat of Declan, don't out me.
This is the press box. The insults are private.
That's right.
You basically outed a confession, man.
I did.
That's like a confessional. Royce's saying that in a confessional.
I haven't had a stern talking to from an adult male in a long time. That was oh boy. I
forgive me, Patrick, for I've sinned.
Yep. Yes. And it would have if the windows. Why did we have the windows closed yesterday? We have really.
It was breezy. I actually, you know why? I told them not to open them. Because I went up to the 3rd row and PR came over and she said, "Did you move up here because it's too cold?" And I said, "Yes." And then Nina Zimmerman said, "Okay, I'm going to keep them closed then."
Wow.
So it was me.
Cowards.
But
cowards who want the press box windows closed.
Yeah, I mean, in the Metrodome, when they had some people in the Metrodome, you could say anything you wanted to. Nobody ever heard it. Just the guys with 2-3 people I've always my favorites was the old press box. I've told you this story 50 times though in Philadelphia when the guy in the press box would Dick Ruthven, the line on Dick Ruthven, 4 1/3, 8 hits, 6 runs, all earned, 3 walks, 2 strikeouts, and he was, and then the whole card would say horse poop, but they did the whole press box would say those days are gone. I believe we would not have those.
I don't think PR staffs would allow that sort of.
They don't announce pitching lines now.
No.
At Target.
Why did they stop?
They stopped. I think because it's on your phone and your computer, and it's about 1,000 places. I think that's.
They also aren't putting out the printed version of the score sheet after the game anymore either, which I kind of like because you're going when you're writing on deadline, but they don't put that out anymore either. So I don't know what's going on. But I mean, the Wolves have obviously overtaken everything in town. But what do they won? 15 out of 17? What is it? 15
I
out
believe
of
so.
17?
The Twins,
First time since June of 2011.
Yeah.
And we have not even mentioned that J.J. McCarthy is going to set foot on the practice field at TCO Performance Center today, Patrick, for the first day of a 3-day rookie camp.
Let's go.
The future is going to be in Eagan.
The rookie camp is today, huh? Okay.
Good luck to Sam Darnold is all I have to say. The future starts today at Twin Cities Heart.
Now
he's not at this one.
We don't let any of the public in, do we?
No, not for off-season stuff, not till training camp.
Yeah, they could, these guys, they could say, like, we'll sell 200 tickets at $500 a piece, and people would buy them so they can watch.
They could, McCarthy. Yeah. I think they want to keep the pressure off J.J. McCarthy for at least the first day of rookie minicamp. But, yeah, if he lights it up, I sell some tickets for Saturday. Let's make it happen.
Well, yeah, this is sports capital of the world right here. All of a sudden, what did you? It's incredible. We're so lucky.
It is. Hey, by the way, I have a Bally's update.
Whoa!
I have a Bally's update. I don't know when they started doing this, but I am now, when I scroll through Twitter the last 24 hours, I'm now being served paid ads from both Bally's and Xfinity crapping on each other. Hey, frustrated sports fan, we know that you want to watch your favorite team. Xfinity is not allowing you to do so. Go sign this petition at whatever website. And then on the other side, it's amazing. I think we lost Pat.
Yep.
I think his connection has.
So Xfinity Comcast, my guess is that they can afford this because they're about to land the NBA for NBC for several billion. I'd like to know on Bally's, I'd like to know what the budget is for a bankrupt company, which is still in the court proceedings, to be taking out ads like this.
It's a good question.
The judge still has some control here. Does the judge say, you know where you should spend your money? Coming up next, spend your money on an advertising campaign that it smears the competitor or the company that won't. What the hell are we doing?
Speaking of the NBA and NBC thing, so I've got this very awesome retro late 90s NBA and NBC hat,
it's still going to be cool if they get it back.
But it's kind of weird. Like, if they get the rights back.
It looks old, and I guarantee it'll be updated. Like they'll way up.
I don't want to look like Rob Lowe wearing an NFL hat, Or
I think you're fine, dude.
Okay.
Like, young people might not get it, but anyone with that knows will get that. There it is.
Okay. He's back. He's back just in time to tell us about his favorite place to get a car, we think.
Or
not. I don't think.
He came back as R2D2 Reusse. Let me tell you about my favorite car dealership, Jim Paul's.
It is, yeah. I mean, it is Jim Paul's Apple Valley Buick GMC. If you ever wonder, how does a man that plugged into the sports scene, even Patrick Reusse, how does he even have the time to think about big purchases like cars, leases, right? Well, he doesn't, because the folks at valleyofapplevalley.com, the folks at GMC Buick Auto Group are there to help him. And
Jim Paul's got him covered.
Yeah, Jim Paul has been helping Pat with cars for like 12 or 14 years. Go to their website, valleyofapplevalley.com. Find out the specials. Or you can stop in. The showroom's open until 7 o'clock. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And today, Friday, they're open till 6. You could stop over.
Get the car.
Go get your car. Drive it to Target Center.
I was just going to say.
Mm-hmm.
And you could go watch the Timberwolves potentially take a 3-0 lead on the Denver Nuggets. Be very excited.
What a day that would be. New car purchase and a potential Wolves win.
Yeah,
nothing like getting a new car too. I got a new car. Right. That smell, the feel, the first real revving up of the engine. Great feeling, all time good feeling.
It's Jim Paul's Apple Valley Buick GMC.
So really go see him.
Nailed that read, by the way. Reusse Unchained.
Go look at him. Great cars.